Hello, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. Energy update. What has been going on lately? So, you guys, so much has been happening. We talked about in the previous episodes how we were in this energy of like reuniting two halves of the same whole. And then in another video, I talked about how you are communicating with future self. And I want to kind of talk about that when it comes to the energy that's taking place right now. Right now, we are in this trajectory, in this journey, in this transition of like basically being closer than ever before. And it's not about being closer as in you haven't arrived. You've actually stepped into the reality and timeline of your dreams and your desires. And when we step into that reality and that frequency and that energy, now it's just a matter of just walking. You just got to keep on the path. You've entered your timeline, you've entered your reality. Time itself has collapsed. Like, you have shifted into a completely different reality, a different realm, and understand that that was done the minute you made the decision. The minute you make a decision, it is done. It's not about reality being a perfect moment for you to do whatever it is that you need to do. It's not about reality. It's not about the right time. It's not about the perfect moment. It's about you and the decision that you made in that moment that has allowed you to be in this expression right now, in this experience where you are in the timeline of your dreams and your desires. Now, for a lot of you guys, here are the signs that let you know that you have stepped into your timeline. At first, you may have just experienced like a moment of depression, a good moment where you were really low out of nowhere and you were wondering, am I going backwards? I thought we had done the work to be somewhere, where I don't experience things like this anymore, but it was so different. It was so bizarre. You were like experiencing this really low energy. There's a lot of things happening within you. It was a little bit chaotic in your inner world, and you didn't quite have the awareness that you are used to when it comes to understanding what's going on, because you basically were experiencing a death of the self up until this point. And that's a big, big expression. That's a huge death, okay? But not a loss. It's just that everything that was tied down to your old identity, when it came to your self-worth, when it came to the things that you are now stepping into, we had to let go of the limiting belief system and the lack within ourselves. That aspect of ourselves that thought that the world had to decide and that it was up to the world reality, it had to die, which is why you're now entering this new phase of your timeline, your reality, where you get to understand that it's not about reality giving you permission to do what you want to do. Nothing and nobody needs to give you permission, including reality itself. Let me just remind you very quickly who it is that you are, okay? You are the one in which life itself, reality, gets to be expressed, okay? You and reality are not separate. So understand that through you, consciousness gets to have a physical body and it gets to remember all that it is. It is a game. And you are here to express everything within your heart that you feel needs expressing. That is why you're here to do. So understand that there is nothing that's out of reach. There's nothing that you cannot express and experience. And what we are stepping into right now is about to show you that. So I need you to get excited, and you deserve this because you've just been through it. It's like being chewed by life and then spat back out, and you're like, that's like the process of death and rebirth. It is so uncomfortable, you guys. You may have felt the weight lifted off your shoulders because by letting go of the old identity, you dropped a heavy load, is all I'm saying. Okay, you dropped a heavy load. It was baggage that you were carrying that was still attached to your old trauma, in a way that it had shaped your identity. It was who you are now is because of this. And we are getting away from that because that timeline no longer exists. You guys are not a product of our realities. We are something else altogether. Now, I'm not saying that reality doesn't have the power to shape us. It does that all the time. But we are at a stage now in our lives where we can recognize that we don't need to always be the ones to react. We are the creators. We can know what's happening. We can practice awareness and respond instead of reacting because we are triggered. because we know ourselves now. We understand what all this is. You are not a product of your worst moments in your life, in your past. Let them go. That's in the old timeline. They died. You are now in this timeline where you get to create the reality of your desires and your dreams in whichever form you see fit, regardless of who it is that you were or where you came from. Regardless of, the opportunities you may or may not have had in the past. It doesn't matter now. You are the creator. You are waking up as the conscious creator that you are. You have all the power in the world to do whatever it is that you desire. So it's time to let that narrative go. It's behind us, okay? So this energy that we've just stepped into, you guys, just know that because you are in a new timeline, the things that don't resonate with that new timeline are going to start getting loud. You are going to feel this exhaustion from having to deal with things basically that you can no longer tolerate. Your tolerance level is just diminishing very quickly the closer that you get to your desired outcome in this timeline, which we are in already. So understand that the things that you could tolerate before, suddenly it's like, it's getting really heavy. I don't know if I could do this anymore. Why do I have to do this? Because you've already identified with the version of yourself that has more autonomy, more freedom, is creating for a living, and is shaping their reality in every single moment in a way that they do whatever it is that they like. In every single moment, your time is your own. We are on the verge. We are breaking through that. We are walking the path right now as we speak towards that timeline. You can feel it. You can see it. That is why whatever it is that you are doing right now may seem like it's getting a lot more challenging, a lot more difficult to deal with your job, your relationships, your city, your town, wherever it is that you are right now, because you're thinking, I'm over this. I have outgrown this. But remember, we cannot burn the bridge before we stepped off the bridge. You are still walking that path. So when you see whatever it is that you have outgrown in your reality that you still have to deal with right now, just remember, okay, it is done. I am dealing with this for the last time. And I know a lot of the times we're thinking, okay, what's going to happen? When? If I was to tell you in 3 months, what would you say? Would it get easier? If I was to say 2 weeks, would it get easier? Because listen, from experience, you guys, even when something is guaranteed to change, it actually gets even more difficult. I know I've used this analogy before about when you need to go to the toilet and you get there and it's like, I can't hold it. It's like this. Your ability to tolerate the things that are no longer resonating with your new reality just gets really low. Before you could tolerate it, because you don't know how long you're going to be here. Now that you know you don't have to be here that long, it's difficult. So it doesn't matter how long you have left. All you got to know is that it's ending. This is the ending of that. Deal with it whichever way you must deal with it. Just understand that it's not forever, and it's nowhere near forever because it's ending. So feel your emotions. Have a moment to yourself to cry, to shout, to say, I am so excited to never have to deal with this again. But for the most part, for as long as you still are here, do the best that you can to make it as easy as possible for you. What else could you possibly learn and gain from this experience? What tools can you take with you in your next phase of your reality? Utilize this moment to its best of abilities. What can you do to make sure that you fully squeeze every ounce of value out of this thing that you have outgrown? Because then it's not going to feel like a waste of time, and it's going to make time actually go by quicker too. You are already on your way. You're almost there, right? But for whatever reasons, like, there is always a construction and deconstruction. There's always phases and there's always a process to everything. This is where we are in the process. And the fact that you are so excited and impatient just shows how close you are. So now, whenever you have to do whatever it is that you got to do, guys, give it the minimum effort that you could possibly. And I mean minimum effort based on your heart, your emotions, and your attention. Don't let it be so heavy. Don't fill your heart with so much anger and hate towards this thing that you have outgrown and you're leaving behind, because you're giving it too much power and energy. That energy could be utilized somewhere else. I want you guys to have this carefree attitude where you are just like, it's a bit annoying, but whatever. And you guys, warning, it is going to get even more annoying the closer you get. I am just saying, just prepare. It's going to get even more annoying. I am going through it myself. I am at a place in my reality right now in my life where I am stepping into expansion into where I've wanted to be for a very long time, where I have more autonomy and freedom when it comes to my time. And anything that kind of triggers that, anything that disrespects my freedom and my time, you know what I'm saying, you guys? Oh, we've been going through it. We've been going through it. And I'm able to recognize it's because I'm so close. I see it. I know. But I just want to know I want you guys to know from experience, especially like because I'm even going through it right now. But I've been through it before. The closer you get, the more your tolerance level decreases and the harder it gets. The more you're like, can I just leave right now? No, you did not make it this far to quit at the doorstep, okay? Because whatever it is that you still need from this thing, whatever, if it's stability, if it's just to see something through, even if it means to leave on good terms and not burn that bridge completely, because you guys, nothing we ever do is an absolute waste of time. It is always better where you can, of course, because different situations, different things, different results, different outcomes, different decisions. It depends on the circumstance, but for the most part, if you can leave whatever it is that you are leaving behind with peace, with love, and you release it without distorting it, without breaking all the work and effort you've done, then that's the path you should take. Never close a door and leave it on bad terms if you can avoid that, right? Because you never know what you might need in the future from this position, from this place that you are in right now, from whatever it is that you are walking away towards, okay? So I want you guys to calm down a little bit, peel back the layers, sit down, let us settle, and just remember that whatever it is that you feel towards this thing that you have outgrown, it's not the thing that's the problem, because that thing has helped you in the past. There's a version of you that literally manifested that, prayed for that. You know what I mean? So understand that it is still the same thing. It's just you. You have changed. It hasn't changed and gotten worse. No, you've changed. And that's why your tolerance level has also changed. And that's why you feel the way you do. So remember, treat it accordingly. Be grateful. Practice like remembering what all the good things that have come out of this thing, and that if it wasn't for this thing, you wouldn't even be here right now on the verge of a new expression altogether. You guys, we are about to experience freedom in a completely different way, and understand as well that like wherever it is that you are going next, you will almost immediately identify where you want to go next. Straight away you'll get into it, because on this cycle that we are in right now, you guys, it's like our ability to grow is really intense, and it's happening at a very expansive way. So it's almost like we are going through the timelines like this, like so fast. So it's like wherever it is that you're going next, the minute you arrive, you're already going to see where else you want to go. Like it's going to be like zoom. You're going to just keep going. So you will go through this again in the next level, and so forth and so forth, until you are at a place where these things just happen at the background and you allow it. You're in complete harmony with the cycles, and everything is just, you know what I mean, as it should be. And it is right now too. We are just experiencing different aspects of this energy and this frequency, and we are learning. We learn as we go, okay? We are learning to step into our powers for the very first time. Eventually we will become masters, and even then we will identify different ways in which the next phase of our evolution, you know what I mean, it's always going to be like that. But just understand that wherever it is that you are right now, you should be totally proud of yourself. And you guys, it is all happening. It is all happening. And you guys, what I like to do as well is, as we get really excited about what is about to come, okay, I need you guys to remember that we need to collapse that energy back into the present moment. So it's like I just walked you into the future. We're really excited. Now we walk backwards and we bring it back so that we're still excited about where it is that we are, because where it is that we are is still a part of that future. It's not like crashing back down and you're like, oh great, I'm here. You know what I mean? It's kind of recognizing that like, okay, here is the path. This is the path. This is still part of that beautiful, gorgeous dream. So when we come back to the present moment, we look around us and we say, I am saying goodbye. I am saying goodbye to something that there was once a time where I thought I could never, and I'm doing it. I found a way. I am at the end. Celebrate. remember him, remember her, remember how there was a version of yourself that wanted to be exactly where you are right now, whether it was your child self, whomever it was in your past. Remember them and think, we got here, we really did it, and things will never be the same again. Let me appreciate this version of myself. Let me appreciate the responsibilities she has and the responsibilities she does not have right now. Let me appreciate everything that comes with this beautiful moment. Let me appreciate saying goodbye. And I'm going to take my own advice. I'm going to go in today and I'm going to be like, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be in this place where I get to be all that I am. And I'm going to feel my emotions. I'm sure something's going to happen and trigger me and I'm going to be like, oh, I can't wait to get out of here. Naturally. But when you are doing the best that you can to stay in balance with these two frequencies, allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to feel. You can feel angry, feel sad, and then allow yourself to feel good by practicing gratitude. That will always bring you here. So for every reaction here that's negative, balance it out with a positive. And for every time you feel positive, remind yourself that it's okay to also feel bad. So when you do feel bad, you don't feel bad about feeling bad. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to express everything, because then you create an accurate narrative of where it is that you are. We are excited and happy to get out of here, but we are also happy to be here, because here is where we've wanted to be. And here allows us to go to the next phase too. I am happy to see this beautiful moment through and to see all the potential and to see what it truly has to offer me, because that's what I've been doing. And it would be a waste to not get everything out of it before I leave. We want to start our next journey off on good terms too. When you leave on good terms, it means you get to start and embark your new adventure on good terms. You'll never be back here again. You've worked so hard to be where it is that you are and where it is that you are going. So allow where it is that you are to end naturally when it's supposed to. Make the decisions that you have to make sure that you are moving in the pace that you want to move. If you're ready to go, make sure you've made the decisions and have found alternatives, and then allowed the process to play out. For as long as you know that there is something, you're moving towards something else, you've done something, you've created an action that allows this moment to lead you into the next moment, then allow everything to play out perfectly. You've made your move. Now allow everything else to catch up to that, and for the right path to be created out of that move that you've taken. Allow reality to take the step, you take the step, and so forth and so forth. Allow it to end beautifully and naturally. Don't force it. But if you feel called to do something, make sure you do it. Just don't act rationally or don't act irrationally and just react out of emotion. You know what I mean? Because you'll know what I'm talking about. When things end, when you could have just lasted another day, you could have lasted another week. You know what I mean? You could have made your situation a lot better. You know what I'm talking about. So make sure that we are making the move to make sure that we are getting out of this place we've outgrown. But at the same time, we're also allowing it to play out the way it is supposed to. And you'll know. You'll know when you're forcing, and you'll know when you're allowing. When you're forcing, it's desperate energy, doesn't feel good. You are afraid that you're not doing the right thing. When you're in alignment and you allow, you make your move. You've thought about it. You know it's the right next step for you. You're not forcing anything. You're waiting for that to play out. It plays out, and that's it. As I said, you didn't make it this far to quit, did you? Okay, so you guys, be super, super proud of yourself about where it is that we are right now. And I want to again talk quickly about how you're communicating with yourself. Okay, so in this moment, you guys, you may have experienced like moments of joy too. I know things have been quite heavy, but you may have also experienced moments of pure joy, almost as high as the lows, you know. And for you guys, and this is quite unusual, but the lows may have been a lot more frequent then the highs, like you find yourself going up and down, going up and down, going up and down, because you're like, oh, my reality, and then you're like, oh, my reality, right? Because you're noticing so many different things at the same time. You're literally existing in two timelines right now, right? The one you've just stepped into and the one you're letting go of. You're in between. So that's why you're back and forth, back and forth. It's normal. Don't worry about it. Just as I said, feel your feels. But when you feel those highs, you guys, you're experiencing yourself in the future timeline. It's not a future timeline, in the timeline, in the new timeline that you've just entered, and you're communicating with each other. And when you're experiencing the low, it's what you're letting go of. It is why you have outgrown and have completely let go of, like, you have outgrown it, but you're in the process of completely letting it go, is what I mean. And you're actually also experiencing sadness and grieving. You're grieving that at the same time. You want it to go, but then it's gone and we feel sad. It's the nature of, it's the process of losing something. Even if you are ready to lose it, you will still experience grievance for that place in which it once stood within you energetically. That's why the lows are so weird lately, okay? I'm sorry, you guys, I have cramps and it's a full moon, so best believe I've been going through it. So when we are experiencing the high highs then, and we're communicating with ourselves in this new potential, okay, understand that, you guys, this is what happens. The frequency that inspires you to move, and that is a result of this vision that you have in your head, and you know where it is that you want to be, that is a you in a moment in time experiencing that, and you're connected to that frequency because you are actually in the same timeline. Because you're in the same timeline as this new version of yourself, which you are also embodying right now. Right now you're two, one in the past, like you're in different directions right now because you're on the bridge phase. But understand that because you're in this new timeline, you're actually experiencing them. And when you get to that moment, you're actually going to recognize it as this moment. You're going to be like, oh, this is what I felt at that time. Just like now, you can look back at a moment in time where you wanted to be somewhere, and the minute you get there, you're like, I can breathe, I'm here. And you guys, sometimes we need to dwell in this moment, because a lot of you guys are like programmed for growth and expansion. So naturally, the minute you grow and expand into something, your mind's already scanning for another way to keep expanding and growing. You can't really be contained. And because reality is infinite, there is no container for you here, love. So you will always be experiencing the desire for expansion, and we can fall in love with that journey. But we have to actively, I'm the same, we have to actively dwell in our arrival. Like right now, remember what it felt like to first be in this opportunity you're in right now, to first be in this reality, how incredible it felt. And remember that there was once a moment in time where you felt it before reality even showed it to you. When you felt it before you even knew it was possible that you could actually be here. You felt it and you were inspired to move, and you moved, and you ended up exactly where it is that you are right now. That was you communicating with yourself. You communicated with past you, just like future you, who's actually here right now, is also communicating with you, being like, we did it. We are doing it. Keep going. Keep going. We're doing it. It's that energy that gets you really excited. You get really excited because you're actually living it. It's not an imagination. You've connected to that version of yourself, and they're saying they feel it in the same spot you do. This is your portal, right? Your heart center, your solar plexus, all this within you. This is your portal where you truly feel and connect to all aspects of yourself. This is why when you're remembering a moment in the past as well that's like quite traumatic, you also experience it there, and it's an energy that kind of pulls you back in. Whereas this energy, when you communicate with future self, it's like it's more open out there. It's more like, you know what I mean? It's more expansive. You're more connected to everything that there is. Okay, so just understand that you have always had that portal within you to connect you to all timelines and understand that you are guiding yourself. Like, how exciting is it that when we have that vision and we experience what it is that we are ready to express, how exciting is it that that is a you in a moment in time that's already living it. Like, everything that you could ever possibly envision of and dream about, how crazy is it that you have already experienced it and you're just connecting to that version of yourself right now. And I don't even want to say version of you because it sounds like it's not you. You are connecting to the you. In that moment, you are feeling the same things and they're giving you confirmation. It's like temporarily, because you've embodied that energy, it's like energetically, you literally just like travel through you travel through time and space itself, and you were there and you were like, we are here. And then you're here. You're constantly traveling back and forth, constantly, you know? And it's just incredible, you guys, because when people talk about like, fake it till you make it, embody what it is that you want right now and it appears in your reality, collapse timelines by embodying that which that you seek, become it right now. You have to become it right now. This is exactly what they mean. In this moment, you became it energetically, you felt it, and then you connected to the you having this experience. And that is how you became them. In this moment, it all happens internally. It all happens internally through you, through your heart center, you guys. And just know that having that path where you're connected to yourselves, it gives you everything that you could ever possibly need. Now, before you go to bed, you can ask them, or before you meditate, okay, anything that I need to know, send it my way. Anything that I need to do right now, send it my way. You communicate with yourself and you rely on yourself. Understand that when we remember ourselves as part of this reality, as I said, you breathe it in every single moment. It is through you that consciousness gets to experience itself. When you remember the importance and the value of you before you even do anything by simply breathing, then you can't disassociate yourself from all that you desire. You guys, when I tell you, you are in the timeline where it all happens, I feel it. I know in this moment we are speaking. I'm speaking to me and that version that is speaking to you in that timeline. And it's like, we did it. Every single thing's available for us. I have a strong connection with myself, you guys. I've always been able to communicate with all versions of myself in all timelines since I can remember being conscious before I could even speak. And I feel that right now. I know. And if you are here, we are in the same frequency, even if it's a different variation. Generally, overall, it's the same frequency. So understand that we did it. Congratulations to literally every single one of us. It's really exciting, and we are going to utilize this moment to thank our past selves for bringing us here, and we are going to celebrate being here because this is where it all happened, baby. So it must be important, and we are going to appreciate every single thing that comes with this beautiful moment. Okay, I am so proud of you for even just being here right now. I am so proud of you, and you are incredible, and you are going to have it all. Why? Simply because there's no reason. You don't need a reason. As I said, you are source itself, walking in a physical body, light. Okay? So understand that everything that you're perceiving, you guys, very quickly as well, like understand that these eyes that perceive these light particles and project reality back to you, this is part of your brain, this is part of your mind, and it has receptors just like your skin. Your whole entire body just picks up this environment and puts it within you and then projects it back. Like, you get to take everything, which is infinite potential. You get to take everything within you, feel it within your own reality, feel yourself, and then project back whatever you like. I like this expression and I like this expression. I want to experience this aspect of myself because you came into a physical body to do that. You are everything that there is. That is the only purpose, to experience yourself. How beautiful, how incredible. I'm going to leave it here, you guys. And I'm just really excited, and I look forward to continuing communicating with you and this energy. Okay, see you soon.